Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This week lesson would be Chapter 6, Geometry, Part 1. Before we begin our lesson, let us recite our dua first.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Allahumma aftah alayna hikmataka wanshur alayna min khazaini rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma warzuqni fahma waj'alni minas solihin. Allahumma rzuqni fahman nabiyyin wa hifzal mursalin wa ilhamal malaikatil muqarrabin. Ya fattahu ya alim, iftah qalbi futuhal arifin. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amin ya rabbal alamin.
Okay, let us begin. On this chapter, we are going to cover these 4 topics. 1. Recall on angles. 2. Angles on a straight line. 3. Angles at a point. 4. Vertically opposite angles. As we move along, we are going to answer questions from your workbook. Before we actually begin on our chapter, I need to recall these 3 things with you. 1. Naming angles. 2. 4 types of angles. 3. How to measure your angles using protractor. Although these are the basics that you have learned already in your year 4 and some lower primary, we still need to recall, so this would help you to remember and process this chapter smoothly. Let us start with naming angles. There are various ways to name angles. Here are a few examples. In example 1, the small letter E are exactly next to the angle. Similarly, in example 2, the capital letter E are exactly next to the angle. Hence, the name of the angle can either be small e or capital letter E. In example 3, you start from letter D and follow the line, and reach letter E in the middle, and continue following the line, and reach letter F. That is how the angle being named DEF. Similarly, in example 4, where you start from the bottom, letter F, and follow the line to reach letter E in the middle, and continue by following the line and reach letter D. That is how the angle being named FED. Examples 3 and example 4 got their name by following the line towards the angle and then outward. If you notice, the angles are all in identical presentation, but can be named differently. The next thing that you need to recall are the 4 types of angle. 1. Acute angles. 2. Right angles. 3. Obtuse angles. And 4. Reflex angle. Acute angles are less than right angle. They are between 0 degree and 90 degree. Right angles are exactly equal to 90 degree. Obtuse angles are between 90 degree and 180 degree. You could say it is always more than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. Reflex angle are more than 180 degree and less than 360 degree. The last thing that you need to recall is how to measure your angle using your protractor, where I am going to highlight three important features. 1. What is a protractor? 2. Parts of protractor. 3. How to use protractor to measure angles. What is a protractor? A protractor is a measuring instrument typically made of transparent plastic or glass for measuring angles. Most protractors measures angle in degree. Here, the diagram we have two kinds of protractor, a complete circle and a half circle. I have showed you the two types of protractor, but today I am only going to focus on the semicircle version. There are three important components present in a protractor. 1. The center, where you put the vertex of your angle. 2. The inner scale. And 3. The outer scale. When you measure your angle using outer scale, you have to make sure one of your angle side is on the right line, mark 0, and the other side goes within the protractor. When you measure your angle using inner scale, you have to make sure one of your angle side is on the left line, mark 0, and the other side goes within the protractor. So if you want to measure your angle, you need to put your center of your protractor on your vertex here. So I'm gonna put my center there, and then you need to rotate your protractor to make sure that your line mark 0 is on one of this side, but also making sure that this side must be within your protractor. Okay, so your center is still on your vertex, the side here is on the line mark 0, and the other side here is still within your protractor. Here I'm using inner scale to measure my angle. So you start from 0, and then this side is 0, so we want to know the measurement of this angle, and it stops at 40 degree. So our angle is measured 40 degree. So I have another example here. Okay, so once again, you put your center of your protractor on your vertex here, and then you rotate your protractor so that one of the line, the side is aligned with the 0, and then the other side must be still within your protractor, keeping that your vertex and your center still intact. Okay, in this case I'm using outer scale as my 0 is from the outer scale, not the inner scale. So here the inner scale, no line here, so I'm not gonna use inner scale. Here I'm gonna use the outer scale because my 0 is here. And then before we measure, let's double check if the line here is at 0, the center is here, and then the side is also within the protractor. So let's see, from 0 the measurement is 117 degree, and that is how you measure your angle. Let us end our lesson with our doa.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inni astaudi'uka ma 'allamtani. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-huda wat-tuqa wal-afafa wal-ghina. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amin ya rabbal alamin.